Okay, students, good morning to all of you. So today we are going to discuss some points on objective of this electric potential and capacitance. Okay, Anna? Yes, students. See, yes, we have one important topic here. See, students, let us suppose we are having one bigger drop. Okay, whose radius is capital R. Let us suppose one drop is there. Let us suppose. 1 minute, students. Yeah. Now let us suppose this is having a charge q. Now if this drop having a charge q is split into, let us suppose, n number of drops like this, and each is having a small radius r. Please put objective number. Okay. Yes. Now each drop is having a small radius r, let us suppose. Now, so like this, let us suppose n drops has formed. Then they may ask you questions. What will be its potential, smaller drop potential? What will be the charge on each capacitor? And what will be the, what you say? Yes, capacity of each capacitor. And what is the energy of each drop? Like that, they may ask you. And what is the surface charge density of each drop? They may ask you. Okay? Yes. So let us discuss this one. Students, first of all, see here, what happened? A bigger drop collapsed into a smaller drops of equal size. How many drops are formed? Small n drops are formed. Okay? Yes. Now, so what will be remain same? See, mass remains same. According to law of conservation of mass remains same. Means, however, density is same and mass is same, means volume must be same. Yes. So we can say here one condition you can take, volume of bigger drop should be equal to volume of small drop. Clear? Yes. Now, what will be the volume of bigger drop? It is a spherical drop, so it will be 4/3 pi capital R cube. This should be equal to volume of small drop, 4/3 pi small r cube. But how many are formed like this? N are formed. Okay, n times of 4/3 pi small r cube. Yes, 4/3 pi gets cancelled. You'll get capital R cube is equal to n times of small r cube. Now, cube root send that side, you will get capital R is equal to n power 1/3 times of small r. Okay, na? Yes. So, yeah, we can write like this. Yes. So, you can't see what I'm writing. Wait. Yeah, one time. Wait. Wait, students. Can you see my screen now? I'll share one more time. Share screen. OneNote. Now? Now can you see what OneNote I have opened? See, sir, Aishwarya, she is able to see. Yes. So what I am saying, students, let us suppose we are having one big drop. Now, this big drop. Okay, students, now listen, don't send messages. Now, let us suppose we are having one big drop whose radius is capital R and charge on it is capital Q, let us suppose. Now, if this big drop is collapsed into n identical drops, small drops, n identical small drops, if it is collapsed, then what happened to its radius? What happened to the charge on it? And what happened to, what we can say, capacity of each smaller drop? Or what happened to the potential of each smaller drop? These are things let us discuss. Okay, na? Yes. Students, first thing, what happened? Radius will become like this. R is equal to n power 1/3 times of small r. And second point is, total charge, also we know that law of conservation of charge. Total charge will become n times of charge on each small drop. Yes, each small drop you consider a small charge q is there, let us suppose. Now total charge will become n times of small q. Clear? Yes. Now, so this second equation let us take. Yes, equation number 2 it is. Equation number 1 it is. Okay, students. Now, let us take a third point. Yes. So, let us suppose we want the potential of bigger drop. We want, let us suppose, potential of bigger drop. Yes. Potential of bigger drop. I want bigger drop. How can we write as potential? We can write, see, it is a spherical conductor, spherical drop. So its potential formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by capital R. Clear? Yes. Now, so this potential we can write yes. This potential we can write like this. So potential of bigger drop can be written as K will be constant. Now capital U can be written as N into small q. Can we write S divided by capital R can be written as N power 1 by 3 times of small r. So it will become K q by small r into N power minus 1 by 3 is plus 1 by 3 going to numerator, it will become minus 1 by 3. N power 1 by 3 going to numerator, it will become n power minus 1 by 3. Yeah. So you will get n into n power minus 1 by 3. Yes. Bases are same and we are multiplying. Power should be added. 1 minus 1 by 3. It will become n power 2 by 3 times of kq by small r. See, k small q small r is nothing but potential of smaller drop. So we can say that potential of bigger drop will be equal to n power 2 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop. Okay? Yes, you need to remember this. Means what I am saying, let us suppose a bigger drop having charge capital Q collapses into n number of identical drops. Now, now in this case, the potential of each smaller drop is given. Then what will be the potential of bigger drop? Potential of bigger drop can be written as n power 2 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop. Or you can say potential of smaller drop can be written as n power 2 by 3 going to that side, it will become minus 2 by 3 times of potential of bigger drop. Also we can say, means if you know bigger drop potential, you can find smaller drop potential. If you know smaller drop potential, you can find bigger drop potential. Clear, students? Yes. Now let us take second point, potential of a capacitance. How much? Or its capacity, how much? Yes, capacity of bigger drop. How can we write it? Bigger drop. Yes, students, capacity is nothing but charge per potential. Clear? Yes. This is capital Q, charge of bigger drop, small capital V, potential of bigger drop. This gives you capacity of bigger drop. Now we want the capacity of smaller drops. Yes. So this can be written as capital Q. How can we write? N times of small q divided by capital potential of bigger drop can be written as n power 2 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop. Yes, it will become n into n by n divided by n power 2 by 3. So send this into numerator. It will become n into n power minus 2 by 3 q by v. Yes, so it will become n power 1 minus 1 by 3. It will become 1 by 3. Clear? Yes. So the power we should add, no? Yes, 1 here is there and here minus 2 by 3. Add these two, you'll get 1 by 3. Clear? Yes. Now this is Q by V. Charge per voltage is nothing but capacity. Capacity of smaller drop. Yes. So capacity of bigger drop can be written as n power 1 by 3 times of capacity of smaller drop. Okay, students? Yes. Now let us take one more thing. Now energy of each drop, how much? Yes. Yes. Energy of, I'll write energy of of each drop. Energy of bigger drop. First let us take energy of bigger drop. Yes, bigger drop. How can we write? We know energy is equal to half CV square, half CV square or Q square by 2C or anything you can use. Okay. Now, what is the energy of smaller drop we want? Yes. So this can be written as U is equal to half capacity of bigger drop, voltage of bigger drop square is equal to half of capacity of bigger drop can be written as n power 1 by 3 times of capacity of small drop. Okay, and potential of bigger drop can be written as see here I have written potential of bigger drop is equal to n power 2 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop. Yes, I am writing n power 2 by 3 times of potential of small drop whole square. So you will get energy of bigger drop is equal to half of n power 1 by 3 times of potential capacity of smaller drop, n power 4 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop square. Because square it. Yes, you will get this. Means it can be written as half CV square into n power 1 by 3 into n power 4 by 3. Yes, students, this will become n power 1 by 3 into n power 4 by 3 is n power 5 by 3 times of half CV square. This is energy of each drop. Yes. So energy of bigger drop is equal to n power 5 by 3 times of energy of smaller drop. Okay, na? Yes, you must remember these all things, Nana. Now what is the surface charge density of bigger drop? Where? Rani. Rani, you are asking me one question. Sir, 2 by 3 will be 4 by 9, sir, on power. No, Nana. It is a power m whole power n. Can be written as a power m into n. We should not square 2 and 3. This is wrong. Okay, na? See here. Ronnie is asking doubt here. N power 2 by 3 whole square is n power 4 by 9. She is saying no, wrong it is. N power 2 by 3 whole power n can be written as a power m whole power n. No, it is a power m into n. Na? Yes, into 2 is 2 to the 4. Numerator only you should square. Okay, na? I think understood now. Okay, next. Now, next point, surface charge density. Yes, surface charge density. Density of bigger drop. Yes, it will become bigger drop. Is what? Yes, you know, surface charge density sigma is nothing but Q upon area. That bigger drop we have taken, no, it is surface charge density Q by area. Yes, Q can be written as Q only, and area is nothing but spherical surface area, that is 4 pi r square. Clear, students? Yes. Now it can be written as, see, it can be written as sigma is equal to Q can be written as n times of small q divided by 4 pi. Capital R can be written as, yes, here see, capital R can be written as, yes, equation 1, n power 1 by 3 times of small r. Yes, I am writing n power 1 by 3 times of small r whole square. It is equal to m small q divided by 4 pi n power 2 by 3. Clear? Square it. R square. Yes, it can be written as n divided by n power 2 by 3 q divided by 4 pi small r square. Yes. N divided by n power 2 by 3, it will become n power 1 by 3 again. Yes, 2 by 3 going to numerator, it will become minus 2 by 3. 1 minus 2 by 3 is 1 by 3. Q divided by 4 pi r square. Charge of smaller drop divided by area of smaller drop. So it is nothing but n power 1 by 3 times of surface charge density of smaller drop. So surface charge density of bigger drop will be equal to n power 1 by 3 times of surface charge density of bigger drop. Okay, students? Yes, these all points remember. Now, I'll give you one question. Let us try to solve it. Okay? Yes. Students, you all of you take pen and paper and try to solve. And I am writing here question. Okay, na? Yes. See, students, the question is 27 drops. Yes, I am writing 27 drops. No, it is not good to write. Yes, I'll take this. 27 drops are there, and these 27 drops of same size, of same, can I write with this only? 27 drops of same size are charged at 220 volts. Charged at 220 volts. Okay, na? Yes. Now they coalesce to form. They let me see. Coalesce to form one bigger drop. Bigger drop. Okay, na? Now calculate potential and capacity of bigger drop. Yes, any find students? Let's find out first. Yes. Yes. How many drops they have given, Nana? Yes, answer. How many drops they have given? They have given n is equal to 27. And each drop potential how much? 200 volts. So small v is equal to 220 volts. Yes. Now first to find potential. Potential of bigger drop we want. Potential of bigger drop formula. Potential of bigger drop is equal to n power 2 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop. Yes. N power 2 by 3 times of potential of smaller drop is equal to n is 27. 27 power 2 by 3 into 220 volts. Yes, so you'll get V is equal to 27. How can we write? It can write it as 3 power 3. Clear? Yes, whole power 2 by 3 times of 220 volts. These three cancel. You'll get 3 square is 9. 9 into 220 volts. Yes, how much it is? 900. 9 2s are 18. 1 is there. 9 2s are 18 plus 1, 19. 1980 volt. Yes, this is the answer. Potential of bigger drop is 1980 volts. Good. Now, capacity how much? Capacity of bigger drop is equal to n power 1 by 3. No? Yes, see here. N power 1 by 3 times of capacity of smaller drop. Okay. Yes. So for this, charge is not given. No, no. So this is, we can't find because charge is not given. It is not required. Because C, we don't know, no? Yes. So this will be the answer. So like this we can find. Let us suppose in question they have given if capacity of a smaller drop is some 2 microfarad, then find a capacity of bigger drop. If they'll ask, then how to find? Yes, capacity of bigger drop is equal to n power 1 by 3 times of capacity of smaller drop. N is given 27. 27 power 1 by 3 times of 2 microfarad. Yes, it is 3 cube. We can write whole power 1 by 3 into 2 microfarad. Yes, 3 cancel. You'll get 3 to the 6 microfarad. Yes, this will be the answer. Yes, micro, no, not milli. Okay. So this concept is clear for you, I think so. Okay. Yes. Now let us see some series and parallel combination of capacitors. Students, yes, it is very important topic now. Students, you should listen very carefully, and they may ask you these points for objective, NEET and JEE. Okay, students, let us suppose they have given one capacitor like this. Okay, let us suppose it is a capacitor, and let us suppose it is filled with the air, and this area of cross section of each plate of the capacitor. See, area I am showing you like this. Area of the plate of the capacitor is like this, let us suppose. Okay na? Yes. Okay na? So like this areas are there. Okay, the area of these plates are capital A, let us suppose, and separation between these two areas is small d. Then its capacity can be written as epsilon naught A by D. Clear, students? Yes. Now I'll remove this because you understood now which area I am considering. Okay na? Yes. Now this is a capacitor whose area of cross section of the plate is capital A and separation is small d. Now in this, if a dielectric material whose dielectric constant K is filled, if a dielectric material is filled in this like this, I'll write separately. Now into this, let us suppose a dielectric material is filled like this. Dielectric material is filled whose dielectric constant is K1. K, let us suppose. Now its capacity will become K times of epsilon naught A by D. If area and separation remain same, it will become K times of epsilon naught A by D. Okay na? Now students, how they will ask? See, it is important point now. See, sometimes they will keep two different dielectric constants. See like this. Let us suppose these are the areas of the plates, and into this a dielectric material having different dielectric constant K1 here, K2 here is inserted like this. Then what happens to its capacity? Very important question for your NEET and JEE students. It is very important. How to find this? Students, see, you because of the value of different value of dielectric constant, its capacity will be different. Means you can consider this is one capacitor and this is another capacitor. Means it is a series combination of. It is a series combination of two different capacitors. Okay, let us suppose each capacitor SC, the area of the plates remains same, but the distances will get reduced. Okay, let us suppose these dielectric constant thicknesses are such that it is exactly half filled with K1 and half will filled with the K2 dielectric constants. Now they will have different capacities. Capacitance of first capacitor is epsilon naught K value is K1. Area of the plate is unchanged, divided by distance is half. So it will become 2K1 epsilon naught A by D. Are you getting what I am saying? Here, let us suppose in between the two plates of the capacitor, two different dielectric material having thickness d by 2 and area of cross section is AA is filled. Then what happened to that combination? First, what you have to do is, first you need to imagine whether they are in series or parallel. Yes. So you consider this is one capacitor, this is one capacitor. You can consider this one like this. Here one capacitor and here one more capacitor like this. Means these two are in series combination. Okay na? Yes. Now once you consider series combination, what is the capacity of each capacitor you need to find. Yes. See this capacitor C1 you consider. Yes. This capacitor C1 you consider, this capacitor C2 you consider. C1 capacitor is dielectric constant K1, yes, here like this. K1 epsilon naught A divided by D by 2. 2 will go to numerator. It will become 2 times of K1 epsilon naught A by D. That is 2 times of epsilon naught K1 into epsilon naught A by D is nothing but our original capacity. Let us suppose C. Here C. Original capacity, let us suppose C. Okay. Now, second capacitor capacity, how much? Second capacitor capacity is dielectric constant is K2 epsilon naught A divided by again D by 2. Yes, again it will become 2 times of K2 epsilon naught A by D. Yes, it is 2 times of K2 C. Now, these two capacitors, because they are in series, we know series equivalent capacitance is C1 C2 by C1 plus C2, as we have discussed already. So you will get C1 value 2 times of K1 of C into C2 value 2 times of K2 of C divided by add these two 2 K1C plus 2 K2C. Yes, you will get 2 to the 4 K1 K2 C square divided by, yes, what we can take common here? Yes, take 2C common, you will get K1 plus K2, correct? Yes, 2 ones are 2 twos are, C cancel out. Yes, C equivalent will become 2 K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2 times of capacity, original capacity. Means it can be written as C equivalent is equal to 2 K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2 into C is nothing but epsilon naught A by D, because we have considered here this C is nothing but epsilon naught A by D. Yes. So if a dielectric material is filled in such a way like this, such that it is half filled with means d by 2 distance is filled with the dielectric constant K1, d by 2 remaining d by 2 distance is filled with the dielectric constant K2, then its total capacitance will become 2 times of K1 K2 by K1 plus K2 into epsilon naught A by D. Now let us fill it differently. Let us suppose, students, you have a capacitor like this, and into this capacitor, let us suppose a dielectric material is filled in such a way like this. Here K1 is filled, here K2 is filled. Now its total distance is D only, but what is changed? Yes, this area of cross section is A by 2. Half of the area of the plates are filled with the K1 dielectric material, and remaining half of the area of the plates is filled with the K2 dielectric material. Now what happened to the capacitor? See students, this you can consider like this. Two capacitors, they are connected in parallel like this. Okay, na? Here K1 dielectric material, here K2 dielectric material. Whereas the distance between the plates is same. Yes, here also distance between the plates is same. But its area of fraction is half. Area of cross section of the plates is half. Now you can consider these two capacitors, C1 and C2. And they are connected in parallel. C equivalent, you know, C1 plus C2. So only the thing is you need to find what is K1 and what is K2. Are you getting, students, clearly? Okay. Yes. Let us find C1 value. Yes, students, C1 is nothing but, yes, you know, capacitance C is equal to epsilon naught A by D. When a dielectric material is introduced, it will be K times of epsilon naught A by D. Yes. Now in C1, dielectric material is K1 is there, epsilon naught. A value is A by 2. As you know, its area of projection is half divided by D is as it is. So it will become K1 divided by 2 epsilon naught A by D. Okay. Yes. Now you consider epsilon naught A by D is something C. So it will become K1 by 2 times of C. Now I want C2. Yes, similarly, C2 can be written as K2, dielectric material is K2, epsilon naught, area of cross section is A by 2 divided by D. So it will become K2 by 2 epsilon naught A by D. So it is nothing but K2 by 2 times of C. Now in series combination, in parallel combination, equivalent in parallel combination, in parallel in parallel combination, C equivalent can be written as C1 plus C2. Yes, C1 value is K1 by 2 times of C plus C2 value is K2 times of K2 by 2 times of C. Yes, C take common, you will get K1 by 2 plus K2 by 2 times of C. And it can be written as, yes, so C equivalent will become K1 plus K2 by 2 times of C. And what is C here? Yes, K1 plus K2 by 2 times of C is nothing but epsilon naught A by D. We have considered this like this. Okay, yes. So if the combination is filled with two different dielectric material K1, K2, such that half of the area is with K1, half of the area is with K2, its equivalent capacity will become K1 plus K2 by 2 into epsilon naught A by D. If half of the distance is filled with K1, remaining half distance is filled with K2, then its capacitance will be 2K1 K2 by K1 plus K2 into epsilon naught A by D. Okay, students? Yes, this if you by heart, it will save your time. Okay, next, let us take a different pattern, still more differently. Let us take. Let us, students, let us suppose here one capacitor is there, and into this capacitor, one capacitor is filled like this with K1, and two more capacitors are filled with different dielectric materials K2 and K3 like this. Then what happens to its equivalent capacitance? You need to find. Yes, students, see here, first what you have to do is this total combination, you can think like this. Here one capacitor is there, and this capacitor here down, two capacitors are connected in parallel series. These two are connected in series, and this total combination is connected in parallel to this. Like this you can consider. This is one different capacitor, this is one different capacitor, this is one different capacitor. First you need to find equivalent capacitance between C2 and C3. Then this one you should take the equivalent capacitance parallel combination of C1 and these two together. Yes. So before that, what we need to do is we need to find what is C1, what is C2, what is C3. Clear, students? Yes. See, first C1 is nothing but is K1 epsilon naught A by 2 because it is area is halfly filled. Clear, students? Divided by, yes, but the distance of this K1 is almost it is not changed. Yes, it can be written as K1 by 2 times of epsilon naught A by D. C1 we got. Now coming to C2 and C3, see this areas is also same, that is A by 2, whereas this distance is D by 2. This is also same thing happened here also. Means C2 will become K2 times of epsilon naught A by 2 divided by D by 2. Distance also half. Yes, it is D by 2. Yes, these two cancel. You will get K2 times of epsilon naught A by D. Now, similarly, C3 can be written as K3 times of epsilon naught A by D because area is also same for this and distance also same for this. Now, these C2 and C3 are in parallel, sorry, in series. Yes. C2 and C3 are in series. Yes. Equivalent capacitance in series is nothing but C2 C3 by C2 plus C3. Yes, you find that. Yes, let us, students, before that one, let us take this is K2 times of some C, and it is also K3 times of some C, this C. Yes, so C2 value K2C into K3C divided by K2C plus K3C. Yes, you will get K2C into K3C divided by K2 plus K3 times of C. C cancel. No, not correct. Yes. So CS will get K2 K3 divided by K2 plus K3 times of C. Okay. Now this total CS and C1 is in parallel. Now CS and C1 are in parallel. Yes, you know, equivalent capacitance in parallel is nothing but CS plus C1. Both you should add, or C1 plus CS, whatever you want, you can take. Yes, C1 plus CS. C1 value, yes, let us go to C1. Yes, it is K1 by 2 times of, yes, it is K1 by 2 times of C. This you consider C. Okay, yes, so it is K1 by 2C plus K2 K3 by K2 plus K3 times of C. Yes, you can take C equivalent. Total is K1 by 2 plus K2 K3 by K2 plus K3 times of C. Yes, what is C? We have considered it is epsilon naught A by D. Yes, so total C equivalent is equal to K1 by 2 plus K2 into K3 by K2 plus K3 times of epsilon naught A by D. Yes, this is the C equivalent when this type of combination is present. Okay, students? Yes. Yeah. So I hope you understand these points, all the points very clearly. Once you read that objective material which I have sent to you. Okay, na? Yeah. So in next class we will continue. Okay, na? Yes.